lakad matatag!
A lot of individual performance here. Can this Pango lock down heroes with the Rolling Thunder for Snap to use her ultimate? And I feel like that's not
mark yet. Meanwhile, top lane, Flea does have to be very cautious because concussive shot's going to fly in, and just look at the damage. Flea, I mean, he's going to try to run. There's really just no way out. Speed, he'll secure first blood on the Visage. And my goodness, Flea, he can't do anything about it. Like, you don't have any raindrops either. And even if you did, they burst through the raindrop charges so quickly. It just feels like there's no point.
Yeah, it just melts. And it's just down to how aggressive top can be. Like, you think about concussive plus Grave Chill, you are not running away.
Nah.
The movement speed slows, the ability to keep building up soul assumption stacks with a support like SkyRat Mage. They are grouping around mid here.
Yeah, that they are. Walrus punches out. Babidich, oh, he's swashbuckled on the spot. He's going to try for the Rolling Thunder back towards Stominant, but Kids is moving in, trying to get those final right clicks off. Babidich, he's forced to get the hell out of there. Meanwhile, Stominant will Fairy Fire and will survive another day. Kid still on the chase, has another shards in just a moment. There's going to be a snowball out. Babidich will get the double damage, but it's not going to be enough. That was risky. Like, he risks his life for the Skyrath.
On Arc, making him go to the jungle a lot earlier, while in comparison, DNM's not under pressure. The supports of Wildcard are forced to respond to the aggression of 5RATFORCESTAFF. And that's not really where you want to be when you have this lineup from Wildcard. You've got this Pango who's ready to roll. You've got the EXO ready to go. We are seeing Babidich work his way down bot. So they could try to go for a little bit of a gank on DNM and try to go for the kill if they get the control here. But DNM knows something's up. They had a ward in the river, so they know the rotation's coming in.
Kids, he's going to find Arc top lane. This is a real problem. Like, he might get caught now, and hopefully, at least for Wildcard, he does. Kids, he's a tanky boy. He has Snowball. He'll go for the shards, but won't make it out. The thing is, though, he does find that Terrorblade who's
not allowing any openings to come out for Wildcard. Smoke out here, though. 5RAT looking to use that vision aggressively now.
Yeah, I mean, the only person that hasn't been pressured is Sunlight. And he just may now. Sunlight, third in net worth at the moment, but may lose it very, very soon as there's your rupture out from DNM. Does he have a TP? He does, but he tries for the fight instead because he's got the backup, but he's already gone. Babidich, you've got to get the hell out of there. He'll roll out now. But my goodness, the burst damage from 5RATFORCESTAFF, just way too much to deal with. And
the timings for 5RAT still feel a lot earlier. I mean, Bloodseeker just needs a BKB, maybe down the line a Shard, and a Basher, and you're kind of sad. Oh.
Jump in, Sunlight, he's popped the Exorcism, but look at the damage! He'll Guardian Greaves just in the nick of time, barely surviving, but not for long.
Ooh,
there's that sustain you talked about, John.
Yep.
It wasn't good enough.
I mean, to be fair, it was a lot of healing out from the Guardian Greaves, just way more burst coming out from 5RAT. They did try to play around with Arc, right? You pop Exo, you pop Meta, you come in. Fortunately, Arc didn't pop the Metamorphosis yet, so he still got that available for himself, but that stops the mid push. You can't pressure.
Tier 1 mid tower. Dropping fairly quickly. Wildcard got to be careful not to get punished for this. Shards will block their way. Overgrowth will hold them down by Albino. Kids is going to rush in.
Ooh,
Arc's the target. Arc, he gets silenced up. He needs some help, but he's down. Maybe they can punish. They could try. Sunlight. Oh, look at this. Look at this. He's surrounded.
Oh, my God.
Sunlight can't move. He'll TP out. He'll be all right. Sammy, in the meantime, though, won't be so all right. He'll be chased down himself on the Snapfire. Should drop as Kids is looking for a little bit more. They won't find him. That was quite a beautiful kind of ice surround, John. That should be a new spell.
And for quite some time. And they just go back into the push here from Wildcard. On to the top tier 1. Not going to take too long to kind of melt that down. You really need that BKB on DNM. If he does have that up, that entire movement gets a lot tougher to pull off. Although,
mid lane, they'll make the jump in and find Sammy Boy. Not the biggest kill in the world, but it's something. And Flea's going to take the old Walrus Punch away. Takes the Haste Rune away while he's at it. And Kits has no spells to trap him up.
just a bit of tag. Always fun to see a Rubik with Walrus Punch, though.
Yeah.
Flying high from a right click. It's actually pretty... They are at.
They certainly do. Sunlight is the target they'd love to start on. They know Sammy's around the area somewhere, but Sammy's not in position to really break the smoke right now. Wrap around Sunlight. He's going to get out of there.
Ooh.
Jump in. Kit's off the mark. Snowball, though, is going to land. Shard's going to block the way, so Sunlight really has no way out of this. He'll Guardian Greaves and try to run, but they get a follow-up silence off. And eventually Sunlight understands he is going to drop. Wildcard giving another big kill away here to 5RATFORCESTAFF. And sharp hit with a Pango. You couldn't have asked for really more, but they can't get there.
No, the one awkward thing is that you don't have a Blink and Bapetic, so it's really hard to actually get in there with that vision standing in the way. Oh.
Jump in, Snowball, gonna connect, Kids, has his own BKB now, he'll just rush right forward. Sammy, in trouble, will be okay to back off as Sunlight. He's the one that's very, very forward right now, but look at the damage, DNM just takes him out. And now with the overgrowth, they'll hold down Bapetic. He'll eventually start rolling once again. It seems like they want the Tusk and they'll find the Tusk. A 1-for-1. Not too bad of a trade whatsoever for Wildcard. But they will still give the Aegis away, and eventually 5RAT, they'll just back their way out.
Have to see Wildcard enable Arc if these fights break out. So far, though, he's just been kind of allowed to take these objectives. And with a TB and DP, you can threaten high ground quite fast.
And that they might. Arc, he's moving up. He won't pop the Metamorphosis yet. Naturally wants to save it for that secondary life if he needs to. But how the tables have turned. Arc, gonna get jumped on. Kicked away, back towards his team. Arc still tanking through it, does get the Sunder off in time. Still just manning up here. Not popping the meta yet, just right-clicking the old-fashioned way. And they could not burst him down. Mind you, he has the Satanic still available if he needs it. Another kick away here onto Arc. He'll pop that Satanic, but there's the Aegis. Now the meta must be popped, but he needs the backup. Do they retreat? Lift is there from Lift. Oh, excuse me. They do kind of cooking him back in. Now the kick back, Arc. He just can't catch a break. He'll pop the meta eventually. Getting lifted one way, Cook
does have that capability to carry them through, and you know, it's shaping up that way.
Radiant triangle, Sammy. Get ForceStaff back to the low ground. He's going to be okay. Bapetic going to try and move in here with the Rolling Thunder and Arc. Also popping the Metamorphosis. They will find Stominant. They'd love DNM, but he's going to be keeping and just run his way out. Kids, meanwhile, being slowed down to a crawl with an Eye of Skadi. Albino Zebra drops as well. Kids, he will be able to blink out in time on the Tusk, but Arc, now with the meta popped, might go high ground. The problem is they don't have a creep.
The biggest loss, he did have an Arcane running. So the cooldown's not too bad for Bapetic. Bit of an opportunity though for 5RAT. Double smoke on Kits and Stominant. They can still burst heroes down, at least these supports if they do manage to pin them down here.
Samson. Get caught out. Kit's just trying to blow him up as soon as possible. Mystic Flare should get the job done, but Sammy's actually quite tanky now. In fact, turning around and fighting back. They rupture him up and Sammy finally drops, but he's going to buy back immediately. In goes DNM after Sunlight, but he's caught out by the lift of Flea, and now he's in huge trouble. DNM cannot get out. Oh boy. That is not good news whatsoever for 5RAT, as they are still going. Sammy trying to chase down more. He's going to find nobody, but they've got a Roshan they can go after now.
Yeah, it's the big objective that's going to allow both sides to find more.
Impossible. They'll jump in, there's one kickback. They've got the TB. Quite deep here. They'll hex him up as well. Lift is out though from Flea, trying to save the day in Arc. He's going to pop his BKB and just happily fight back. Overgrowth will hold back the Terrorblade, but they cannot take him out, and he still has Sunder. He still has the Aegis. And he is still attacking those top racks. But they try again. Snowball is out. Arc will cop it, but he'll snowball right back with the Lotus Orb. In fact, now the Sunder. Well, there's something I didn't know, John. You can Sunder from Snowball.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you see that anyway? That interaction with Lotus and TV. So you learn something new.
There you
Kids
go.
learns as well. And I'm sure Speed will learn as well, and that's probably going to maybe come out in the video. Still,
Yeah.
I mean, you're 23k up, you pierce the high ground, you still have Aegis, you give it a refresh out to Arc, he's got Metamorphosis once more. Buyback already forced out from Kits. They can get it done, but you can see how difficult it is to just drag Arc back. There's just so many ways to save him, it's not easy. Sneak around here.
Gonna try something. What have they got? Stominant already dropping. Speed trying to do the absolute best he can, but needs to back the hell out of there. It is not a good team fight at all for the side of 5RAT. Babbage barely getting away from Kids as well. Nothing going the way of the Radiant. The Speed eventually will just drop. Albino Zebra is able to blink out, but the chase is on. Wildcard, they smell blood in the water. They want more.
They've got all the tools available. They can just keep this push going. They've got to seriously misplay to kind of get caught out here.
Babbage being chased down. Kids will be there with the Walrus Punch. Babbage still just playing around with them though. Not really in too much danger. DNM trying his best to get some form of damage out, but there's nothing. Mega creeps are up. 5RATFORCESTAFF, they will not call it yet. But it's happy defense time. And that's never fun.
No, it really isn't.
GG.
They call it.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can get the sentiment. It's a hard game to kind of pin down Arc. And Arc, he had a pretty slow start, but again, they just enable him on the side of Wildcard to...
They want to be aggressive. They want a hero that can go around with Tiny and get kills, where I think Shadow Demon would like really lack at. So
seen Tiny just out damage here by pure virtue of tree grab being obnoxious toss back plays as well. Once you're level 3 with Avalanche Toss ready, there is some threat. Toss can kind of dodge out with Snowball, so it's not the simplest aspect for Tiny, but I do feel like Tiny tends to get a little bit more out of that lane. Ooh,
yeah.
Flea.
Talk about getting a lot out of the lane, John. Here, Flea already securing first blood onto Albino Zebra, and that's something you never really want to see if you are a 5RAT fan. The Rubik off to a...
About Treant. If your enemy does just cut your tree line, your laning phase can kind of get slower. At least DNM isn't being affected by this. He is still farming pretty good, which is really all you want from this lane for Lina. You can kind of tie into aggression once Nature's Grasp is up, but keeping someone like Sunlight down is pretty tough. Once he does have the skewer back, so locking him in is a tougher call, and even if you find Flea, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
Bottom lane, Samson's going to drop now. Stominant able to kind of do the same thing Flea just did. Secures the pos 5 kill basically on his own.
Considering this start for Mark, he's half the CS of Sunlight. He is less than half the CS of DNM. So it's a lot more effective for speed in shutting down Arc, and again, just going for the slower build.
Mid lane, Sammy, it's a nice rotation. Takes the water in away, and Kids, he cannot survive through it. Very nice rotation there from Sammy Boy. Didn't even bother throwing out an arrow throughout that engagement.
You don't need it. You've got the magical damage on hand. Just a little bit for the store. Not have any point in the Empower, so at the least they're coordinating with Arc, knowing that he does want Battle Fury. You don't bother with Empower here. You just go for your wave clear, your relocation, and try to hope for the best there. They are chasing Albino Zebra.
Nice little shards there from Babbage. Just going to block the way. Albino, I mean, he's a tanky boy with the living armor. Maybe he could hope for Roshan to deny him off. He's still going to try. Babbage, though, no. Going to body block him off, and Flea will get the job done. That'll make it a 3-2, the way of Wildcard. And I suppose the one saving grace is Flea's been having a very good time with this pos 4 Rubik. Only problem is, it's a pos 4 Rubik.
Yeah, and you lost Arc in that rotation as well.
Oh.
5RAT found that. Well, it's one thing when you miss it, Mike. It's another thing when a pro team does. So, different layers of expectations here. This time around.
No.
What?
No.
No, that's 3 in a row.
No, Kids, he's still going to drop, but you sacrifice Babbage for that.
Ah, that's just nasty. You know, it's
Nasty
not
for who?
it's not Sammy's fault, but at the same
not-
time,
Whose fault is it, John?
the game.
Oh, the
the
game.
game's fault. You
Okay.
can only blame the game, Mike. Don't blame the player. Still, I mean,
Meanwhile, Speed's pushing in the mid lane, so you've got to make a choice. Do you want the top tier 1 tower, or do you want to defend the mid tier 1 tower? They're going to move Babbage in. Snowball is there backing onto Kids. They'll try to secure the tiny kill first. Kid's still pretty healthy, so he will just walk away. Flea, no, eventually does fine. So they do get the tiny kill. Speed, however, is going to be okay to back off, but Sunlight gets a nice RP off. They do find the Death Prophet. Still, Speed is tanking through it very effectively as he goes right back in, but now the Snowball going to go right back the way of the Death Prophet. Can they take down Speed? He is still healing up with these Spirit Siphons. They cannot deal with the man. He is all right.
they do lose Kit.
Speed just going to frontline, more than happy to try and bait for his team. Has the full Greaves up, and just wants the tier 1 mid tower.
Ooh, Arc.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they've got the Ursa. That's the one you want. Sammy tries to help with an arrow, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. The cavalry is incoming. They'll try to find some form of a trade here. At least catching the Skywrath, and now with the RP, they've got speed, but he is way, way, way too tanky. That is not the target you want, and now Kits. Great avalanche. Sammy's gone. Babbage is gone to boot. 5RATFORCESTAFF making it look very easy so far for game number 2.
And they find the big kills they need. They clear that mid-tier 1. And that should allow them to apply that constant pressure onto Arc.
Going to move in to try and D-ward, but he's just going to get blown up immediately. Ward gets protected. Courier goes down as well. And Roshan's gone. DNM will take the Aegis.
Yeah, and they play really defensively on Wildcard. They didn't want to go around that area. After checking Roshan, it was empty. They probably figured maybe a smoke gank was coming out. Cost them a Roshan in the end.
Are they trying for
Although
speed? All right, let's see if they can find him. RP committed. There's your exorcism wearing off. Speed will go down very quickly thanks to the RP setup, but here comes the cavalry. Stominant gets set up with the slow into the toss back. The Mystic Flare kind of wasted, but it may not matter. Arc dropping so low on the Ursa, but somehow he is still running, still getting out of here, but Stominant's on the chase. They'll settle for Sunlight. The concussive shot goes back the other way. Arc, he will survive.
Ooh, on the edge there for Arc. Very fortunate for the side of Wildcard that they only dropped their mat.
A large advantage in that earlier game, and we did see them kind of throw it back the way of Wildcard. Wildcard being super patient, trying to wait for that opportunity to kind of make a repeat performance here in game 2. It's mid lane. They might have a chance now as they do need to defend. Problem is there is an Aegis still up on DNM, which is going to make it rather tough. In they go. Tossback is there. They found the Tusk Babbage. He's still running. He might know. He doesn't make it. They even found the Magnus, so Sunlight is gone. There goes Sammy. They are just getting blown up in that mid lane. There's nothing they can do about it.
They at least find a kill on Kits. Arc just managing to focus in on him and melt him down. But they sacrifice a lot, and that should open up this tier 2 push coming out with the Exo running. DNM, his damage is pretty much set. He's almost at the Gleipnir now as well. It's even more control coming out. And the map is shrinking for Wildcard. It just goes back to Arc.
Kits is there. Avalanche Tossback is out. Stominant silences him up, and with the Mystic Flare, Babbage has no chance. This is such a rough game. 5RAT, they adjust the draft in game 2. But they maintain the map reading that they've been doing, right? They read the map very well against Wildcard. And it's just so hard for Wildcard to maneuver and find anything for their trouble.
And it's just down to what the choices Wildcard made. They go for the Ursa that wants to play a bit slower. The Siege just comes in from 5RAT with the DP plus Lina. Doesn't take too long to mount these objectives. They still have an RP play. They've got the Blink here on Sunlight if he does manage to find the angle.
Sunlight, nice horn toss into the skewer back, into the RP as well. Just really wanting DNM. He barely survives. ForceStaff away, but Arc gets the job done. They even found Albino Zebra. Maybe they can keep this one going. Stominant, he at least finds Sammy Boy in the meantime, but his team is falling apart. Speed, drag back as well. The Magnus saving the day for Wildcard. As Speed still trying to back, but hold on a minute. Arc's getting low. Arc might drop. Arc barely able to get out of there. Speed getting Warriors punched up. Still trying to chip away at the Death Prophet, but he's just so darn tanky. A snowball forward, a skewer back from Sunlight. Speed is not getting out this time. And there it is, Jonathan. Wildcard. They have found the light. They can find anything else here for Wildcard before they do try to force the Roshan fight. Tier 1 mid tower is still standing after all, so they may as well. Arc will get to it. Meanwhile, rest of the team will move in. They have found the Death Prophet. Babbage does get the Warriors punch. Still Speed. He cops an arrow to the face. Can he get out of this one? He's healing up. An RP though. Sunlight. He'll catch a couple. DNM's one of those targets. But DNM, he'll force stuff out of there. Back to the low ground. Maybe they're okay, but no, the snowball. DNM. He is not going to make it. Can they at least punish Wildcard? It seems like they'll try. Arc will just TP out though.
Play. And to be fair for 5RAT, it's more about denial of Aegis. I don't think you're going to be doing much with an Aegis up on Albino Zebra.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. What's happened here? So Kits jumps in. There's the lift back. DNM got lifted. Albino Zebra just blinks in himself. Very, very strange Roshan fight there from Wildcard. And here we go. Into the mid-racks they go. Speed. Kids. Avalanche toss is there. Flea will be the one to get caught. Gleipnir will lock him down. Still the Rubik is running, but instead they'll take down Sammy Boy. Meanwhile, Kits dropping very low, but so is Babbage on that mid-tusk. Trying to run, but Speed will chase him down to the ends of the earth. Ark cannot fight without his team. He'll get stunned up. In goes Sunlight. The 4-star forward. They have messed up again. DNM's gone. Oh, this mid-racks. It is torturing the side of 5RAT. As they'll move in with a snowball now. Can 5RAT continue to punish Ark? He'll move in onto Kits. That'll be your mid-tiny gone. It's up to Speed on the Death Prophet, but Speed's getting bashed up. He'll chase down Babbage on that tusk, but can he really do it? I don't think he can. He'll get lifted up. They are still snowballing around. Speed's the only one left. Oh my goodness. And the worst part is the guy with the Aegis is the guy that survives. Albino runs it.
In this game, particularly, not too bad.
Do it for the brand, Kits. You've got to do it. Kits, speaking of the devil, he may get punished for not going for 4-staff here, John. Getting caught out. He does have his team around him, but there's your 4-staff. He's facing the wrong way. Skewer him up. Take him out. That's what you get. Still, Sammy is going to die back immediately. DNM will take him down. In goes Speed now, chasing down the Ursa. Ark enrages up and will run. Meanwhile, Sunlight will skewer them back a little bit, but DNM is happy to get right to work. Still a nice lift back from Flea. Will save the day. Boss staff's away. Glimmer Cape, Sunlight, still Gleipnir up. Will not make it out. 2 for the price of 1, I believe it was. At the very least, they do force the buyback of Kits. Only problem for Wildcard is Roshan is now available.
Yeah, that's going to compensate for that buyback on Kits. And we'll see if 5RAT can actually go on to high ground without dying this time, because that's been the big thing that just punishes them for 5RAT just a tad bit. But they've both got ways to play. Still, interesting position, Wildcard, trying to hold a high ground for a fight here in the triangle.
They absolutely are. It's 5RAT. Well, Speed will cop an arrow to the knee. In goes Kits. Nice toss back onto Sammy, and that's him gone. But Sunlight, a very nice horn toss skewer back. Do they have an RP? They do. It's connected on 2 of them. But where's the damage output? It's coming. But no, the snowball back away. Babbage dragged Ark out of there. I suppose they decided the fight wasn't worth it. It didn't look that bad, though.
Yeah, not the worst thing. Yeah, they forced the cheese out from DNM. He could have fallen, but heads up, uses of spells. Albinus.
Not quite. He does blink away. Meanwhile, mid, Sammy is in the middle of nowhere, getting some wards down. Moonlight Shadow pop, but there's your tree volley, 4-staff. In fact, Overgrowth gonna hold down a couple thanks to Flea. They've got speed. In goes the Ursa, the RP. It's gonna catch a couple of them, but do they have the damage output? He'll chase down DNM, and there's your bash out. He's got the Lena. And the kick away. DNM's going nowhere but down. He has to fight. Tree volleys though.
Ark?
They're coming
He's not
in,
safe?
Ark. He is not safe at all. He's caught out and he is gone. Buyback immediate from DNM. They want to put a lid on this game. Babbage is fine to TP away, but Wildcard, they are going to have to buy back if they want to defend.
This is pretty risky coming out from 5RAT, having get that instant hex off. Albino Zebra. Oh,
Jumps in. He wants to try and go for something here. So will Kits, but they're going to lose Albino straight off the bat. Still Babbage almost going down to DNM. Should eventually drop and does, but gets a Warrior's Punch off first. Now the skewer back right into the loving arms of Ark, but can he hold them down? The 4-staffs are just too much to deal with for this Ursa.
God.
And now the fear is there. Ark has died back. That's got to be it. GG surely has to be called. They are still trying. Kits has been RP, but they call it. They cannot fight back. There's no damage left. And what a game it was, 5RATFORCESTAFF. Having a comeback here in this game number 2. And that does mean we get another game 3. This time between Wildcard.
What's Ark gonna play though? Because obviously he wants to play the uber hard carry. Well, there's the answer. Troll Warlord. Troll is always one of these heroes that's always right? You're never like uber happy to see this Troll Warlord come out.
but Kits has shown us that for the most part in this specific series, he has done a fantastic job in his matchups. Again, there's a lot of play with Shield Crasher, although dropping low.
Certainly was. Gonna be okay. Bottom lane, however. Sammy, very close to dying. One more hit will do it, and the Wild Axes will get it done. Arc does eventually find a trade. Albino Zebra. Well, you know,
At the end, he all chatted on Abed. It's like, are you mad? It's like, yeah, he doesn't care. You know, this guy is mentally strong.
yeah. Top lane. Albino Zebra gonna go down. I don't think I've heard many people call Sammy Boy mentally strong, John, but there you go. You might be the first one.
In a way, right? Like, that's mental fortitude in a way, where you just dish out a lot of talk, and then you just really don't care when it's tossed back to you. You're just like, block. Farming pace out from Arc. Staminen?
Getting chased down. They don't have the chains, though, to lock him down. Remnants forward again from Babidich. He's have an Arcane Rune, so all his spells very low cooldown, and he secures his first kill of the game now on the Ember. So already a fantastic start in terms of farm. Finds himself a first kill. Things so far, it looks to be the target here on the Snapfire, but they're the ones actually moving in. They're trying to go for a kill on DNM, but there's 4 heroes up here. Babidich, he's going to rotate as well. DNM, he might be the one to go down. Sprouts up.
Ooh.
They do cut through it, and eventually they will find him. Sunlight does die, but it's a great trade so far for Wildcard. Can Babidich get out, though? He's out of Remnants, but he does have one in the mid lane. So he's going to be all right. And for 5RAT, that's going to hurt. You lose your pos 1 for a position 3, and you brought 1 extra hero up to that top lane. They might try again. Chase down Flea. They've still got kids around, but in come more TPs. This time Sunlight going to return back into the lane. In comes DNM, trying to help out Flea. A great Cox pushback from Staminen. Flea should go down to the Tusk eventually, and will do so as Sunlight now might have to make the Walk of Shame back, and it seems like he will. 5RAT. Sometimes
They've taken the top tier 1, but you really want mid to be gone to have control here.
mid lane, Kits. Snowball's going to land. Flea is there. Should have the Walrus Punch to throw out, but no, he's only level 5 at the moment. Kits still dropping very low, but there is the save from Staminen. One of his kisses even being thrown out. Oh, it's barely going to be enough. Sunlight making it worth the rotations. As they chase for more. They do find Staminen. 2 down in the mid lane. 4-5-4-staff. And now Speed. Speed's being chased down by Arc. Speed gets caught out and he's going to drop.
Yeah, it's not the way you'd want this game to go for 5RAT. Early activity already out from Arc. They're going to line up for the mid. They're the ones to find the first mid tier 1 tower. And that just opens the map in such a massive way. It's not going to heavily impact DNM. You can always teleport down to the south side, the jungle down bot, and build up there for the NP. But it does not.
Good positioning from him to make sure that nobody else gets caught out. Cogs, hookshot away. Probably still won't make it. Babidich is on the chase. Ice Path will delay them a bit, but now Albino Zebra's shown himself, so it might be a 2-for-1 special. And it will be. There's one, there's a second. Sometimes it's just better to let the clockwork die.
Yeah, they don't really have much to try to save there. Maybe they were trying to look to be offensive with Macropyre Cogs. Doesn't really line up that way. Sammy's just going. Just going.
Ah, this is why I love Sammy Boy. Could be. See if Ark can get some lucky and snares off. No, not through the cogs, he can't. Bottom lane, Speed. Trying to go for a roar. They have the Rolling Thunder. They'll commit the roar as well, but can they get the damage off? This will be a huge kill if Babidich drops, but no, Speed is gone first.
Oh.
And Babidich, he is fine. He gets out scot-free. Kits will go down a boot.
Oh, man.
It's so tough.
Oh,
DNM?
DNM?
He'll at least get the Aegis. That's all you're going to get, though. Staminen, going to try. Cogs push back. No, it's not in time. Oh, he waited up more time. Even allowing Speed to get to that point where he has the Overlord, going into the 4-staff now. Just keep split pushing lanes, and it's just one of those things. Like, you've got Babidich, who's very good at pushing back on the Ember, but it's not quite as good as an Nature's Prophet Beastmaster combo. So Wildcard, they're going to try and force a fight. Kits, he'll be targeted. Swashbuckle away, but the chase is still going. Speed is around to help out with the roar, and will commit it just to try and give a bit of space. In fact, they're going to turn right back around and try to force the fight. Staminen, he's been caught within his own cock, so he is going to drop. Meanwhile, Babidich will just keep going after Albino Zebra. That'll be the Jakiro gone. So both supports drop. Can they trade something? It doesn't seem like they can. They're still just lacking so much damage.
But Overlord, you know, Sammy can't quite just steal it away, and he can make a slow shove in onto that mid-tier 1.
They shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, the fact that they're getting away with this is kind of concerning for Wildcard. Sammy, he's gone. Can they punish? Roar is out. Arc will cop it. Stominant will hook shot away, but Babbage is on the chase. Speed will go down. Arc still chasing. We'll find Albino Zebra, but a nice ice path will give him a bit of space to try and force stuff back to the low ground, but Speed, or rather Flea, will find the Walrus Punch. So they do get punished for their movement. Wildcard not allowing any kind of leeway here with this mid-tier 1 tower, and it's really, really tough for Wildcard to even think about going tier 2s into high ground, because you've got your side lanes you have to address.
Yeah, the split push is causing some caution to come out. Stominant being chased again.
He'll happily give his life away though, that's the thing. It's all about buying time. So Stominant, he will die, but the top lane is now forced out to a point where Wildcard have split up. Though they are going to still try into the mid lane, but Kids is fine. For now, that is, the Ember does show up once again, and never mind, Kids might just drop. And does. Babbage, thinking about going a little bit deeper, but will not do so.
Yep, just go for the push. Creep wave gonna come in. It is, well, maybe not as much. DNM is trying to cut as much as he can. Might get punished. There's some good vision here from Wildcard.
He's just trying to make sure they can't go high ground, but like you said, John, the punishment isn't coming. DNM is caught out. He'll BKB, but he's got no way to TP out. 5 seconds on the teleport. 14 seconds on the TP scroll, so he'll get ensnared, and DNM will finally get caught with his pants down. I mean, doing what he needs to do.
There.
Jump in, they do roar out the Ember. He's quite low on mana, so maybe they can finally take him out. The chase is on. Babbage finally goes down. DNM got a lot of gold out of that. Can they keep it going? Flea's also being caught out. Arc is still trying to find Speed, but Speed just 4 staffs away. Still buying a bit of space for his team to try and back him up. He does finally go down, but Arc, he's dropping rather low himself. He's out of mana now. He can't battle trance. Maybe they can deal with him with DNM, but Arc is still chasing underneath those tier 4 towers. He will find Kids. More buybacks to come as Stominant jumps in on his own. He will go down. Kids with the buyback. Still trying after Babbage a second time, looking for that dieback on the Ember. But no. In fact, never mind. They get the Ember, but they'll give Kids his life away, it seems, as Arc will find the dieback himself. So 2 diebacks here in this team fight. 1 and I will go down. You've still got the Rocket Flare vision provided by Stominant. Not to mention the trains to run in here by DNM. Babbage is going to jump in. Very important he doesn't die though, because he does not have buyback available. DNM, meanwhile, still has a double damage rune active. So a bit of a scary situation, but Arc's going to make the jump in. Do they have the vision? DNM gets caught out, but he's invis. In goes Stominant. Roshan still going, but Kids is in the Roshan pit. Can he find the Aegis? It's on the deck. Somebody pick it up. Flea's got it, but Babbage just dropped. Babbage is down. DNM going for a bit more. Will aim Sammy Boy, but no need to TP up, but the bash is there. Arc is going to be there in time. Ensnares him up. Snowball is there. DNM surely goes down and does. But he has buyback. Babbage does not. So I don't know if what...
seconds. These objectives will melt if 5RAT don't make a play.
They're going to move in. Speed, he'll front line. Glyphs were forced out. Roar is there. They've got Sammy Boy in the edge. Not the biggest kill, but it's something to get them started. And Sammy Boy eventually going to drop us now. They found another. They've got the pulse 3 Snapfire. Sunlight. There is going to be a tusk to try and help out Flea. He's happy to sacrifice his life because he's got that secondary life available. Arc's going to jump in. Stominant is maybe going to go down, but no, the Sprout. It's going to leash him in. Hold on a minute. Have they got the Troll Warlord? I think they do. Oh, Wildcard, what have you done? What have you done, boys?
Oh,
sometimes you just need to run. Oh, and Sammy might just drop another time. He just bought back. He's still going up against DNM, but there's nowhere to go. Holy. Tips are coming out. It's on Babbage, there's buybacks on Flea and on Arc. So they've got 3 heroes. In fact, never mind, the Troll doesn't have buyback right now. He just bought out. Needs 180 gold for it, but they might catch him just beforehand. They'll start on Sammy. The Ench is immediately deleted. Ark's going to try and jump in with the Battle Trance. There's a leech out onto the Ember. Still they go. They're trying after Albino Zebra. They might at least find the Jakira, but Ark's been caught out. Ark needs to run. The Troll Warlord, he might just drop it. He does. He is 60 gold away from buyback. Oh, they need him so bad. They need him so bad for this fight. Sunlight's okay. He should have buyback. He should have it for this defense. There to defend, so it's going to be a 4-on-5 situation if you do have the buyback from Ark to defend. For now, it seems like he's more than happy to give 1 racks away. You don't want to lose that buyback. Gobble up is there, but it misses, and now the leash shot. DNM, he got Babbage with the force up's going to save. No, the Roar. The Roar is there in time, but they don't have the buyback. Or rather, they don't have the follow-up because the buyback was there from Ark. So they forced the buyback from the Troll. That's going to be enough. Kids looking to back off. Will not be able to do so. But they have forced out the buyback from Ark. And that is massive.
That is...
Sunlight going to be spotted there. Flea going to show himself as well. Kids will happily jump in. Hookshot is there. Stormin, he's going to find the Tusk. It's just a support Tusk, but it's a great start. Kids will get to work. It's a bit of an awkward position for them to try and force the fight, but Flea is still getting caught out. There's a gobble up play to buy him a bit of time. And now, well, hold on a minute. He's stuck in the ditch. He can't get out of there. Ark, he's going to get right to work. Kids, he's going to swashbuckle back to the low ground, but it won't matter. He is going to go down. They do have buyback and they'll commit immediately because DNM's being caught out. Ark is rushing towards the Nature's Prophet. Storminen gonna try and stop them. DNM, he'll go for the leash with the Sprout, but the Shard's gonna block his way. Now the chain's out. The Prophet's in trouble. DNM, he'll go for the man fight. There goes Flea. Maybe they can keep fighting. DNM, are you sure? The little friends are attacking DNM, but he'll TP back towards the base. Get a reset. It's a 0-second cooldown, so they can just keep going. This Prophet, he'll be back to full HP in just a moment, but can they catch anyone else? It seems like they've got Flea for a moment. Here comes DNM again. He sees Sammy. Gleipnir's going to connect. DNM might have his way with the Ench, but the Glimmercape's going to buy a bit of time. Hookshot. They're going to find the Pulse 3 Snapfire. In fact, they found both of them. There was no spit out. Sunlight is gone. Sammy is gone as well. But you know what's not gone, John? Roshan. Roshan is back up.
Perfect timing for 5RAT. They still have vision to take that. This will cover for his lack of buyback. The side of 5RAT, they need to get in there quick. They can't allow this safety net to come through.
Babbage is trying to buy time for Ark to finish off that Roshan, but no Ark. He's going to try and join the team fight. Keep in mind, not many buybacks left here for 5RAT. This could be the team fight for Wildcard to put an end to this game, as they will try find DNM. A big snowball out. That's Albino Zebra gone. In goes the Raw, but speed is dropping low. DNM completely surrounded. Who do you aim, DNM? He is trying to aim just anybody he can, but he needs a way out, and he is dead. He'll buy back as well. Back into the team fight they go, but everyone on 5RAT are dropping like flies. Babbage, he's chasing absolutely everyone. Hands up. Stominen's got nowhere to go. DNM, he'll try and snipe the Ember. He's at least got one, but now he needs a way out. Babbage will buy back into the team fight. The TP is there with the Glimmercape, and somehow 5RAT, they've lost 3, but they protect the Prophet. Still, Ancient is exposed. Roshan is up.
Yeah, they can't contest that. No buybacks on any of those heroes that died. You lose a big item for speed as well. His Octarine falls with his Courier. And
Gaben's seen enough. He's given the double damage over. He has seen enough.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. How do you do it now, John? It's 2v5.
It feels impossible.
In they go. Onto the Ancient. They'll sprout, but it won't be enough. Ark will get to work. There's a Roar out. Speed, he'll go after Flea, but he's got no backup damage. He is just going to drop. No buyback available. It's just DNM. They can literally just focus the Ancient. There's no way to defend this. Wildcard, it's been an absolute slugfest of a game, but it seems like they've finally done it, as they are still fighting, but GG is called. Tips are out to Speed. Speed will not get his revenge in this game 3. Oh boy. What a game.
Right.